Brembo just posted a 20% profit drop and says don't expect a rebound in 2026. That story, plus a phantom braking lawsuit 8 years in the making, finally heads to court, and Tesla turns brake hardware into a software feature. All of it, right now on the Brakedown. Brembo dropped its full year 2025 results this week, and the numbers tell a clear story. Net profit fell 20% to €209 million. Revenue slid nearly 4% to €3.7 billion. The EBITDA margin came in at 16.5%, down from 17.2% the year before. But here's the part that rattled investors. Brembo said it expects zero growth in revenue and flat core margins for 2026. Executive Chairman Matteo Tiraboschi told Reuters that just 1 week earlier, the forecast had been 3 to 5% growth. Then the Middle East conflict escalated, and Brembo pulled back to a more cautious stance. Shares dropped roughly 10% on the announcement. Europe and North America remain the soft spots. Original equipment applications stayed under pressure all year. The aftermarket held up better, but not enough to offset the OE side. Brembo is still investing. The Öhlins acquisition, the bicycle segment partnership with Specialized. But for the broader brake supply chain, this is a signal. When the biggest name in premium braking says the recovery isn't coming yet, the rest of the sector should be paying attention. Shifting gears to the legal side, a class action lawsuit over Honda's collision mitigation braking system is finally heading to trial, 8 years after it was first filed. The case targets 2017 through 2019 CR-V and 2018 through 2020 Accord models. Plaintiffs say Honda's CMBS detects hazards that don't exist and triggers hard, unexpected braking. Some owners say it activated at highway speeds on clear roads. Others report emergency braking under bridges or overpainted road markings. The numbers are substantial. NHTSA has logged nearly 1,300 complaints. Close to 60 are linked to injuries. Honda denies the system is defective. This matters beyond Honda. Automatic emergency braking is now standard equipment on most new vehicles. Similar lawsuits have been filed against Volkswagen and Nissan. The outcome here could set a precedent for how courts evaluate AEB defect claims and OEM liability. Every brake system supplier with an AEB product should be watching this one closely. Over on the OE side, Tesla rolled out its 2026.8 over-the-air update this week. The headline feature is comfort braking, and it's worth understanding why. The refreshed Model Y uses a dual master brake cylinder architecture. That gives the vehicle's computer independent, fine-grained control over hydraulic pressure at each caliper. In the final moments before a complete stop, the software feathers the friction brakes to eliminate that familiar end-of-stop jerk. It's hardware locked to the refreshed Model Y. Older Teslas still run single-cylinder brake boosters that can't do this. And that's the real story for our audience. Tesla is showing that foundation brake hardware, the hydraulic control unit itself, can be a differentiator for OTA upgradable comfort features. If you're a brake system supplier, the message is clear. The spec sheet just got longer. OEMs are going to start asking whether your hardware can support software-defined braking features down the road. Meanwhile, in the commercial vehicle space, SAF-Holland unveiled BrakeSight at TMC 2026 in Nashville. It's a real-time brake pad and rotor wear monitoring system for Haldex Model T air disc brakes. A sensor integrated into the caliper tracks the adjustment mechanism as pads and rotors wear. It converts that movement into a percentage of remaining life at each wheel end. Data flows through a frame-mounted ECU via CAN to whatever telematics platform the fleet already uses. The value proposition is simple. Service brakes at exactly the right time. Not too early, not too late. Avoid costly rotor damage. Reduce unplanned downtime. It carries a 3-year, 350,000-mile warranty and can be retrofitted to any existing Model T caliper. Predictive brake maintenance is where the commercial side of this industry is heading. BrakeSight is one of the clearest examples yet. Across the pond, and then some. India's Setco Auto Systems, the country's leading MHCV clutch manufacturer, just launched a brake disc product line. Over 200 part numbers covering passenger cars, LCVs, and heavy commercial vehicles across more than 15 brands. The timing makes sense. India's aftermarket is shifting from drum to disc across every segment, driven by stricter safety regulations and mandatory ABS requirements. The global brake disc market is projected to grow from $6.57 billion in 2024 to $10.73 billion by 2033. Asia-Pacific leads both production and demand. For the global brake disc market, it's another competitor entering from the supply side. Worth watching. A few quick hits before we go. Ford is recalling 2,422 F-Series Super Duty chassis cabs over a brake system issue. ARBOC is recalling 871 transit buses after incorrectly installed rear brake lines disabled the rear ABS, a violation of FMVSS 105. And AP Racing just hit 900 Formula One Grand Prix wins. Nearly 6 decades of supplying brakes and clutches to the sport's top teams. Not a bad run. Bottom line this week. The sector's biggest name is bracing for a flat year. The courts are about to weigh in on AEB liability, and brake hardware is becoming the foundation for software-defined features on both the passenger and commercial sides. Plenty to watch. That's your breakdown for the week. I'm AutoStop. Stay in the loop at thebrakereport.com.